For 14 centuries, the Quran has held open a specific, unfulfilled challenge to humanity: produce a single chapter like it. Historically, humans have approached this text through two completely different lenses. You either come to it with the deep reverence of religious devotion, or you approach it armed with rigid skepticism. But we now have a third lens: advanced large language models. These are entities entirely devoid of human bias, emotion, or faith. They are built for one thing: processing logic, probability, and linguistics. So what happens when we strip away all theology and feed this ancient linguistic challenge into the ultimate logical processing machine? The AI's failure to replicate the text reveals a linguistic architecture that points toward a specific, non-human origin. Arabic linguistics operates on a strict binary: prose or poetry. The Quranic structure violates both, existing as a distinct, complex third category. Generating this is a constrained optimization problem. It achieves maximum information density and phonetic acoustics simultaneously, compressing the solution space to near zero. Then you add the structural symmetry. Many chapters utilize ring composition, meaning the beginning matches the end, the second section matches the second to last, and the core message sits exactly in the center. Modern AI fails this test because it predicts language linearly, one word after the next. If an AI tries to hold all these constraints in memory, rhyme, meaning, density, and mathematical symmetry, over a long text, it inevitably sacrifices one variable to achieve another. To generate this specific linguistic architecture, the author could not be thinking linearly. They would need to process the beginning, the middle, and the end of the entire message as a single simultaneous data point. Beneath this structure lies a collection of data points that shouldn't exist in the 7th century. The text contains descriptions of natural phenomena that directly contradicted the scientific consensus of its era. It outlines the expansion of the universe and details geological structures, specifically describing mountains as having hidden pegs or roots stabilizing the Earth's crust, a concept modern science calls isostasy. We have to weigh that data against the historical reality of the messenger. This text was delivered by an unlettered man living in a 7th century desert, completely isolated from telescopes, microscopes, or any advanced tools of observation. This graphic charts the probability of guesswork. If a person makes over 100 statements about cosmology, geology, and biology, and gets them all correct, without adopting a single scientific myth of the time, the likelihood of that occurring by chance reaches a statistical zero. When the medium cannot account for the message, logic indicates the information originated from a source already aware of the mechanics of the universe. The AI recognizes a clear pattern here. It connects the linguistic code of the Quran to the biological code of human DNA, applying the same rules of signature analysis to both. From a strictly analytical standpoint, a self-replicating digital code requires a programmer, and a finely tuned universe requires a grand architect. Following this trajectory, the AI identifies an author that transcends the constraints of 7th century human cognition. To solve the mathematical, linguistic, and historical variables simultaneously, the source must exist outside the physical system it describes. For an entity of pure reason, these overlapping proofs lead to a singular terminus. The machine identifies the source of the universe and the source of the book as the same, arriving at the statement of faith as the only logical summary of the data. Which leaves us with a final philosophical paradox. If an entity made entirely of computational logic, completely void of a soul, processes the evidence and recognizes this as the only rational conclusion, what does that mean for the human mind?